Yo, 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 Noah Brewer here. Today we're going to be talking about custom audiences and lookalikes, getting a bit of an understanding of what exactly a custom audience is, different types of custom audiences that you can make, and also how lookalikes have become this big thing that Facebook is known for, and what a lookalike exactly is, and actually understanding it, right? This isn't like I'm not really going to be talking about strategy or anything in this video. I'm mainly talking about getting the understanding of how it works, which is really more important than you might think. And at the end of it, I'm actually going to leave you guys with a little gift in the description, just a bunch of videos where I go really in depth on these two subjects, talking about strategy, talking about mindset, like the different things that you need to do before diving into custom audiences, retargeting, and scaling with lookalikes. So let's just dive right into this. So custom audience basics. Basically, a custom audience is a data storing tool that allows you to put together a list of people who have taken action on your profiles, right? So like whether that's Instagram, your Facebook page, your website, or really anything that you can put a Facebook pixel on, like a messenger bot. There's many different things, but those are the three main ones. Different actions such as liking your Instagram pictures, viewing your Facebook videos. Maybe you're running an advertisement with a video on it, and you want to be able to retarget or have a list of the people that viewed that video or viewed that ad, right? Visiting your website's homepage or adding a product to their cart or even purchasing a product or a service. And then you can use these lists, right? The stored data, you can show ads to those people, and we like to call that retargeting. So, for example, if somebody were to watch video 1, you can put them in an audience and retarget them and show them video 2. This is really good, like if you're a content creator, or if you're a brand, you have something that you want. Usually if they click on the first video, you might think that they might be interested in the second video as well. So you can retarget people who watched video 1 and show them video 2, right? And then you can retarget people who watch video 1 and video 2, and show them video 3, people who are really interested enough to watch both. Okay, so, or you can retarget people who watch video 1 and show them a special offer pertaining to video 1. Let's say in video 1 you showed a certain product, you can retarget them with a discount on that product. Those are just a couple of different examples. Another example is if you're doing a promotion, you can show an ad to people who have viewed your website. Like let's say there's 1,000 people who viewed your website in the past week, and you're doing a special promotion. You are able to show an ad to those 1,000 people on Facebook or Instagram with a promotion that you're doing. And basically this is what custom audience allows you to do. So we're going to go to the custom audience creator in the actual ads manager and make a custom audience. So here I am. This is a test store, something that I never actually ran any products on, but I just use it as an example. You can see that I made a little test custom audience right here. It says custom audience, and then it says engagement page. So we'll go into that in a minute. But basically what you want to do is you want to click on create audience and then custom audience. So we're looking here. This is basically the different categories of audiences that you can create. So we have a customer file. So this is basically like an email list. Like if you have an email list that you want to show ads to, you can upload it here. They allow you to import from MailChimp, add customers from a CSV, or you can also copy and paste a bunch of data into there. And there's also lifetime value lookalikes, which I'm not going to get into those in this video because I'm having a video coming out soon talking about those in more depth. And then you have website traffic, which this is basically all the different pixel events pertaining to a website view, right? So if I come in here, it basically says all website visitors. So this is everybody who visited your website, and you can choose date ranges. So if you want everybody in the past 30 days, you can have that. If you want everybody in the past 180 days, that's the max that you can go up to. And I'm not sure if there's a minimum. I'm pretty sure that you can do 1 day. I've done it many times. As long as you're getting enough traffic, the audience will create just fine. So this is all website visitors. So if you click people who visit specific web pages, you can put a link here and actually make an audience of people who visited a specific URL on your website. So if you have a certain article or a certain product page that you want to make a custom audience on, this is how you would do that. and then visitors by time spent. So I don't really use this that much, but let's say like the top 5% of people who spent the most time on your website. This is just like, it could be, you could say that the more time that they spend on your website, the more interested they are, the more research they've done, the more they know your brand, whatever. So you can actually retarget these people as well. Now, I haven't done this that much. I just usually do regular, these two when it comes to website visitors, but you can definitely try those. And then events are basically pixel, like little things that you can have your pixel hit. Now, this is just a test store, so I don't have them here. But page view content, those are just when somebody visits a page. You can have an audience of people who searched up something on your website. When somebody searches something, you can have them get hit with the search event, and that could show a lot of interest for certain products. And also, if you go onto your Shopify store right now and you look, you should have add to cart, initiate checkout, add payment info, purchase. All the different events that pertain to your Shopify store should be listed here, and you can make audiences based on that. Now, there's a lot more complicated stuff like this button right here and include more and exclude, but I'm not going to get into those right now. I'm just kind of covering the basics and going through all the different ones that you can use. So we have app activity. I actually do not run ads for apps, so I have no clue what this does, but I'm assuming that if somebody were to download an app or click a button on your app, you can track that and make an audience for it. Offline activity. I do not, I don't, you can see Simple Wilderness. That's another test store that I have. But I don't do offline activities because I'm all online with my stores. So the last one is engagement. So this is the video views, like people who watched a certain video, and if I click this, you can see. So you can see people who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, 10 seconds. You can retarget people who have watched 50% of your video, people who have watched 75% of your video, all those different levels, and you can also change the date ranges as well. So you can see how in-depth these audiences can actually be, and how much you can scale just on retargeting alone. And I have many videos talking about scaling with retargeting and different things that you can do with this, and actually leverage it to its full capabilities. So lead forms, don't really mess with those too much. Full screen experience, don't know much about those either. Facebook page, this is essentially people who have engaged with your Facebook page. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Anyone who visited your page, people who engaged with posts or ads, people who clicked on any call to action button. So if they click send message on your profile, that can be an audience of that. This is people who have already sent a message to your page, whatever that may be for your business. Also, people who have saved your page or any post. They added that feature recently, where you can save pages posts. So, and they actually allow you to set up date ranges for that as well. And you can see that the max on Facebook data is actually a lot more. It's actually 365 days as opposed to 180 days, and that's mainly because this data is stored on Facebook already. So with the website traffic option, you're kind of pulling data from a third party, or at least that's what Facebook considers it, because you're putting the pixel on your website and it's not tracked inside of Facebook by Facebook. And it's also 365 for video views as well. That's a good thing to mention. Instagram business profile. This is basically the same thing as Facebook page, but on Instagram. And events. This is like if you're throwing an event, whether it's like a local meetup or whatever, you can use that to make audience off of that as well. So I'm just going to click Facebook page. We're going to use this test, and we're going to just say people who have visited the page. And usually I like to name these. I always start out with retargeting, and I'll just say visited page 365. So that just tells me this is an audience of people who have visited my Facebook page, and you might want to put Facebook there in the past 365 days, and I'll go ahead and create that. Now that page was just a page that's not being used right now, but so we'll get back to the slides. So those are all the different custom audiences that you can create, and also I just showed you how to create it, so and also how to name it. So let's move on to the lookalikes now. So a lookalike is an audience that uses data matching to create a new audience based on the people in your custom audience already. So data matching is not an official term. It's nothing official. It's just kind of like a term that I use to help people understand it. But basically, Facebook uses data points on the users inside of your custom audience. So inside of this, it says below 1,000. Let's just say that there's 1,000 people in there. It's going to pull data points from those 1,000 people and use it to match with other Facebook users with similar interests or data points. Now, I'm going to explain to you an example of this, but this allows you to turn an audience of 1,000 people into an audience of 1,000,000 people that don't know you yet, but have similar interests and data points. Now, this is what makes Facebook advertising so powerful. So let's say that you have an audience of 1,000 people, just like I said, who visited your website. 90% of them are female and interested in cats. So a lookalike audience would go out and it would find 1,000,000 people. Again, 1,000,000 is just an example. There's different sizes. But it'll find 1,000,000 people who are females who also like cats. So let's say Facebook is going to use data matching to figure out that these 1,000 people are female and they like cats. So a lookalike audience is just going to be an audience of people who are female and like cats. Very simple to concept understand. The one thing that might blow your mind is this is only a 2 data point example. Female and interested in cats. And this is where it gets really crazy because Facebook holds over 10,000 data points on each of its users that can be used for data matching. I wanted to keep it simple for the example, but it's way more complicated than this. But it doesn't matter too much. But let me just say it for a perspective. Let's say 90% of them are female, interested in cats, have a little bit of interest in dogs, have visited google.com in the past 3 days. All these different things, and it can also use all those data points to come in here and make the lookalike. So it goes really, really in depth. Like, it's crazy how this works, but this is why it's so powerful. So how to create a lookalike audience. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is after you create an audience, it's going to take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour for it to actually populate and show you how many people are in it. And you want to wait until the audience is fully populated until you make the lookalike, or else you're not going to get the full data matching out of that custom audience. So I always just wait a half an hour, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to make it now because I'm never going to use these lookalikes or anything. I'm just going to delete them after this video anyways. So I'm going to click right here. So I'm in the audience tab. You can see I have my test audience, and I also have my the audience that we just made together. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right next to it, this little select box right here. And you only want to select one. If you select 2, it won't work. So only select the one that you want to make the lookalike off of. Click on Actions, and then click Create Lookalike. And that is going to open up the Create Lookalike page. Now there's another way that you can do this. And it's by clicking Create Audience, and then Lookalike Audience. So it's going to ask you to choose a source, and from here, you want to just click Other Sources, and then you'll choose the source from there. I personally don't like doing that because it is much easier just to select it, Actions, Create Lookalike, and it puts the source in for you off of the one that you selected. So this is the creating a lookalike pop-up that you're going to get. So basically you want to choose what location you want to make your lookalike in. So let's just say I want to make it in the United States, and I'll just put United States right here. Now you can also browse different countries and regions, or you can select all and just simply have a worldwide lookalike. But I'm going to exit out of this and redo it because I just want to do it in the United States for this example. But you basically want to use data in the breakdown tab to figure out what country you should make your lookalike in. But the audience size, this is basically it uses a percentage of the country's population to make a lookalike audience. So for the United States, each percentage is going to be exactly 2 million people apart. So the 1% is going to be 2 million, 2% is 4, 3% is 6.4. It goes up by like 2.2 million every time. I only do 1 percentage at a time I don't mix and match them or anything crazy like that. And then you basically just want to click create audience and take a minute. And these also take 20 minutes to an hour to populate as well, depending on a few different things. But I usually just wait an hour anyways. We'll just pop United States back into here, and it's the same thing for any percentage that you want to make. I like to make them in order, so don't do what I just did, but I'm just showing you that you can make any percentage that you want. And this works the same for every single custom audience that you can have. So all the website traffic ones, all the engagement ones, you can make lookalikes on all of them. So after talking about custom audiences and lookalikes and understanding how they all work, I want to say that I have a lot of videos where I go really in depth on these two subjects, and I'm actually going to collect them all into a little section in the description below where you can look at all the links to the videos. I don't have a special playlist for each of these things, but there are going to be links down there for you to learn more about retargeting and scaling with lookalikes, free video trainings, whatever you want to call them. So make sure that you check the description for those videos that I made. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video and got a lot of great value out of it. If you did, leave a subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like. It all helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate every single like that is made on my videos. But as for this video, this is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.